Yes, welcome back, people. 12th man is back. We've got Arsenal Unfiltered tonight. We've got myself, Marty Premsey, and Yardman and Stricto on their way. Big up to everybody that tuned in earlier. It was a tough show. Do you know what? Actually, I got less of a cooking than I thought, to be honest with you. Man United are the ones that should be in the mud, not just Arsenal. Trust me. Big up to everyone that locked in. If you didn't go check it out earlier, make sure that you do on Let's Talk Ball. Tonight, we're turning our attention back to Arsenal. But we are first going to start with how people are feeling over last night. There's been a lot of thoughts. There's been some people ain't bothered. There's been some people that are really bothered. There's been some that are over the top bothered. And there's been some, I've got to be brutally honest, are quite embarrassingly over the top not bothered. If you're an Arsenal fan, you're bothered, people. It's a level of how bothered you are that we have to discuss and what it means. Have they had a better season than us? Have they had a more successful season than us? And what does it mean for Manchester United in comparison to us moaning about Arsenal? We're going to be discussing all that. More news of contract situations and transfer links as well that we're going to touch on tonight. Let's start with you, Prems. The reason I'm going to start with you is because, I can't lie, bro, it was a bit of a shit sandwich for you. You've either got your North London derby rivals or the town you live in and the city you live in, which is full of Manchester Red and Manchester Sky Blue, but in this case, Manchester Red, that are going to give you grief either way. So this is probably the worst fixture for any Arsenal fan, but certainly for yourself, bruv. I thought of you the whole day thinking, how are you going to be feeling?
Disaster, bro. Absolute disaster. I swear to God, when they both got to the final, I was sitting there, I was thinking, who do I really want to win? Because I actually hate United more than I hate Tottenham. And obviously, that's me being from Manchester, growing up through the Arsenal-United rivalry. It was going off. I never really had no rivalry with Tottenham, apart from, obviously, going to the game, etc., North London derby. But I didn't really have no beef with anyone, you know what I mean? So I've really hated United. And even growing up, it was anybody but United. Anybody that was playing against United, I'd support them. Do you know what I mean? So it was really, really funny one because you don't want Tottenham to win because it's disappointing to see Tottenham lift a European trophy before Arsenal in my lifetime. So that's obviously not a nice feeling. It's one of them, innit? You come to a point where you just think, what can you actually do? What can you actually do? You can't do nothing. At one point, you know what? You got to applaud Tottenham and say, you know what? Fair play. You guys got there and you got over the line. It is what it is. But look, with us now, we just got to focus on ourselves. We need to not waste our energy and give our energy to anybody else. Let's focus on ourselves. And this season coming up is a must season. It's been a must season for a while, to be honest with you. But you know, I know, Arteta ain't going nowhere, whether anybody likes it or not. So you got to continue supporting your club and support them moving forward. And we have to win something because now, this is everybody in London's won something more or less, isn't it? Taking like West Ham, etc., Fulham and that out of it. It's a madness. Chelsea look like they're going to win anyway. So very disappointing, to be honest with you, just seeing Tottenham lift that trophy because we've been in a Europa League final and we got our arse handed to us in it. So you are jealous as an Arsenal fan. You're going to be jealous. You're going to be hating. And if you wasn't, then clearly something's going on. But really, should we be killing ourselves over it? No, I don't think we should. If they won the Champions League, I'd want to probably be jumping off a bridge. But it is what it is, isn't it, Dan? Get me? We just got to focus on ourselves, and we got to take the next season as it comes, man.
We got to take it. We got to hold that. Ronnie is never in the chat unless Tottenham win. Big up to you, Ronnie. I love your support all the time, mate. But you are not the champions of Europe. You are the Europa League champions. There is a difference. And this is what makes me laugh, Mike. The Tottenham fans were quite quick to be laughing at Tottenham. Tottenham fans were quite quick to be laughing at West Ham when they won the Europa Conference League, when they were saying champions of Europe. But now they've won the second-tier competition. They're champions of Europe. They need to calm down a little bit with that. But the factual reality is, mate, they have won it. And it don't matter who they faced. It don't matter how they did it. They got across the line. And it will now say 20 years' time, the 2025 Europa League champions were Spurs. And it won't have an asterisk next to it saying, but it was easy. It won't have an asterisk next to it saying, it's now rubbish because no Champions League teams drop into it. It's a tough one to take, Mike.
But hi, Dan. Nice to see you, mate. But on a positive note, I mean, listen, and Postecoglou gets to keep his job for next season. So on a plus point, Tottenham could potentially get relegated next season if they continue their league form that they have done. They've been absolutely dreadful in the league. I get what you're saying, Dan. There is a lot of context to this. They have won it. Fair play to them. They got it over the line. And like you say, 2025, they are the winners. But, in life, there is context. It's how you win it. And I don't know, they in typical Tottenham fashion, they didn't even score their own goal to win it. That, Man U scored it for them. But, it is what it is. It hasn't been a great day today, and it weren't really a great game to watch either. They saw the job out. I think Man U didn't set up quite how they should have, and Tottenham, they got their goal and they defended for their lives and they did what they had to do, and they got it over the line, and you could see what it meant to the Tottenham fans. They were absolutely ecstatic, and so would you be with going 41 years without winning a major trophy. So it's one of them. If it was, like you said, Dan, the Champions League, I would be slightly more I'd be a lot more disappointed. That is the pinnacle of Europe as we all know it. But there's not much more you can say on it. They won the competition. I did generally think that United were going to do it. On another plus note, it looks like Gyökeres now. I would be very, very surprised if he went to United to team up with Amorim, because they are in a bit of a situation, and I'd be surprised if his head wasn't called for. Or it'd be interesting to see how long he remains in a job. So it wasn't the best football that I've ever watched at all. I only watched it purely just because I kind of had to, but it's the whole day. It has been a little bit of a depressing day. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it hasn't been great. Big up to Stricto. Hope you're well, Strict. I've got to be honest with you, bro. It was a strange 24 hours. However, we got to move on from it. They've got a trophy. We didn't. We moved to the summer and next season, it seems now. Arteta's staying. Berta's got a big job, and there's lots of transfer news that will be coming in the next few weeks. But just a couple of minutes on your thoughts of last night and the kind of question, have they had a better season than us? Because a lot of the people I'm hearing today are saying that Tottenham have now had the best season and all this stuff. When you look at the football, it's dire, bruv. I can't lie. They've been absolutely atrocious.
Well, me, yeah?
Yeah, get on, Strict.
Can you hear me, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, let's talk about a team that's gone, 17 years without a trophy. They've had world-class managers, world-class players. And, something had to give, innit? Something had to give. They've now...
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just put Marty on mute because his mic is quite loud, and unzipping his jacket was wild. My eardrums nearly burst.
Bro, thank God it's his jacket.
Bro, that's what I was literally unmuted to say, yo, Marty, slap that on mute,
bro,
yo. You did
thank
it.
God it's his jacket, bro. Not mad, fam.
Yo, man, these comments have been on him for time, saying, yo, he's dying and that, yo, he's breathing like that.
But yeah, they had a better season. Yeah, they've won a trophy. They basically capped a crap season by winning a trophy, and you can't say anything more than that. It's as simple as that. But for me, like I was saying, you can't go. How many games they've lost this season in the league? 20. Like, come on, let's not kid ourselves here. Like, they've won a cup competition. Their league position says everything you need to know. It just goes to show you don't have to be at your best to win a cup. And they've showed it last night. Do they deserve it? Listen, they've had an easy way through, but that's not their business. They've done what they've had to do, so they've won it. Well, I'll be honest with you lot, yeah. For me, I don't know, Premsy probably another one will probably agree with me because he's lived up in Manchester. Like, I don't know. I personally don't have that hate for Tottenham like I do for United, if I'm being
I was literally just saying it then.
Like if I'm being real with you, like to me, I grew up in an era, and I put it on my Insta. I grew up in an era where it was Howard Webb, Fergie, and all Vieira, Keane, and all them man versus Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's a weird one. I'm not feeling a damn thing that Tottenham won. I'm really not. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just my perspective. That's the era I grew up in. Like, I can't. Don't get me wrong. I don't like Tottenham, but if you're gonna ask me, gun to my head, who I'd rather win, it would probably be Tottenham. I don't like United, and most people won't get that. I grew up in inner city London, bro, where most men are United fans. See, Tottenham winning the league. I'm winning the Europa. Not one call did I get from a Tottenham man. Not one, outside of this content creating thing. I only know one Tottenham man. One Tottenham man. But I tell you what would have happened if United have won yesterday, bro. I'd have had 1 million calls. So I don't really have that sort of resentment with Tottenham like I do with United, bro. That's just the truth of it, if I'm being honest. Like, and some people will say, yeah, I'm talking shit. But I said the same when it was Tottenham Liverpool in the Champions League. I said the same. I've been consistent with that. My hate for Tottenham ain't.
Well, you wanted them to win the Champions League over Liverpool,
bro.
Wow.
Go look at it. Go look at. I hate, bro. There's 3 teams. But again, you have to understand. Like I said, you have to understand. Yeah, who's calling my phone? Is not Tottenham fans, bro. Offline is not Tottenham fans. I know who's calling my phone when Liverpool won it, and they did call my phone.
Wow.
It don't need to make sense to no one, but for me, it's my own little personal
no,
thing.
Man, listen, I'll rate that you come out with your opinion and you back your opinion, but for me, that's wild. I don't want.
I know it sounds mad because historically, you know, like they're over there, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But I know
around the corner, man. Yeah.
No, I get the United one though, but the Liverpool one,
bro,
unless you're watching football in the 80s and that, dog.
Brother, if you grew up in South London, bro, yeah, you're surrounded by 2 teams, Liverpool and Man United, bro. That's the era I grew up in with them, man. Liverpool, man, had to hold corn all these years. So I knew the moment they try to get a little something, they were coming for me. That's what they did. Do you know what I'm saying?
Basically, you developed your hate on around the people that you've been around and etc. Fair enough, it is what it is. But I don't know, bro. But I just think that's how they. Why?
Of course.
Champions League final and them things there. Yeah.
But they didn't do it. They didn't do it. But like I said, I know who I get the calls from, innit? Like, bro, I got 99. Hold on. Did I post it on Insta? I got 99 missed calls when we got knocked out by PSG. Guess who were calling me?
His wife. Where are you,
bro? Not one Tottenham fan called me, bro. Not one United fan. So let Tottenham have their little thing, man. It don't really move me like that if I'm being wrong. I'm not gonna fake that it moves me because it don't. Do you know what I mean? It don't.
Do you know what's annoying me more? It's not even the fact they're going to play Champions League next year, because Champions League, they're going to get hammered. The way they're playing, they're going to get absolutely pummeled. They won't even get into that like new group format thing. They won't get into the top 16. They'll be in the bottom 24, whatever it is, you know? So for me, I ain't bothered by that. I'm just bothered that they've lifted a trophy in the last few years. So now, if the Premier League table went by who's won something last, Arsenal would be 9th. There's 8 teams ahead of us that have won something ahead of us in the last 5 years. Even Newcastle, Palace, now Tottenham, Liverpool, City, Chelsea, obviously Newcastle, West Ham. It's like, come on, we've got to deliver.
I get what you're saying, but also relatively, before anyone won anything this season, those particular clubs, take away Liverpool, yeah, 17 years, one of them 60 odd years, one's never. Like, listen, I get.
Even more fool us, you get me, bro? Because over the last couple of years, we should have been winning something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And we've been leaps and bounds above these teams. You get me?
100%, we should be winning, but bro, everyone's there. Everyone's in it to win it, and that's what this season has shown us. It's not just certain teams just there to make up.
Well, not really, because for quite a few seasons, we've actually threw them little cups away, the FA Cups, the Carabao Cups, played weekend sides and stuff like that. And we kind of not really played it to our best, kept the best people on the bench, Sackers, etc., brought them on with last 15, 20 minutes. Basically, we threw them kind of games. So really, we've not been in it to win it, to be honest with you, bro, in certain seasons.
No, but I'm saying all those other teams that have won it, they've shown they've been in it to win it. We haven't, like you said, we haven't been in it to win it. Like, we haven't played our strongest teams. But Palace, Newcastle, them lot, even when they did play their strongest teams, they didn't really compete. 60 odd years to win a trophy. Not even talking about win the league, just to win a trophy, any trophy. I'm not talking about fucking, bruv. Fucking what's charity shield? They didn't even touch a charity shield. Now Crystal Palace got a potential to touch a charity shield come start of the season. All these things you got to take in context. I get it. We're not performing. I get it. We're not winning trophies. I get it. Bruv, no one's more pissed than me.
Yeah. I hope you're not fucking counting them charity shields with Arteta's trophies as well, Dag.
Nah. Come on, bro. Come on.
I was about to say, I ain't seen you in a hot whale, Dag. What's going on here, bro?
You know me better than that, doggy. You know me better than that.
I was about to say, yo.
I was gonna say, is actually Stricto counting Champions League? Community Shields. What's happening here, man?
But I'm saying for them teams. That's a thing for them.
No, I know what you meant.
That's a thing for us, bro. It's all we fucking won in the last 5 years,
Steve, I was bantering Steve, Steve, of all people, I couldn't believe Steve told me they want. I said, bro, if you got another trophy this season, Steve goes to me, bro, we want a charity shield.
Do you know what though? One story that I thoroughly respect this season, and I think is an absolute. That's what the FA Cup is about, is the Crystal Palace story. This is a team that a few years ago were on the brink of administration. I think they've been in the Premier League now for 10 years. They were literally going out of business. They were, Simon Jordan. We all know the story with that. And then Steve Parish took the club over, and he's a lovely guy. And they've built it up to this fantastic side they've got. And watching those Palace fans on Saturday win that FA Cup, they were absolutely over the moon. In fact, my stepdad is a season ticket holder. He's been going all his life. He's been going to Selhurst Park for 55 years. He's 73. And he's had a season ticket for 55, 56 years. And obviously in all of his lifetime, he has never, ever seen them win anything. So what's my mum do? She goes and books a holiday for them to go on for that weekend. He had a ticket for it and he missed out on it and didn't go. And that's imagine waiting your life 73 years. You're 73 years old to watch Crystal Palace lift your team that you love and adore, and then you end up having to go on a holiday and end up missing it.
I would have went and found the highest cliff and jumped off.
Mate, I'll tell you what, he fucking must love my mum. Jesus Christ. I don't know how he done it. I'd be absolutely fuming.
Imagine. Listen, that is a story. It has been one of those stories this season. Newcastle first time, obviously, looking at the scenario you've just mentioned of Palace and unfortunately Tottenham. But look, let's move on from that because I've been talking about it all day. Everyone's been destroying my phone about it. Everyone's unlike Stricto. I wish I was Stricto, knowing one Tottenham fan. My WhatsApp's been going mad. It's not been fun. And rival fans laughing as well. You grew
up in that era, innit, though, bro? Around that era.
For me, when I grew up, it was Man United fans because they were glory hunters, Arsenal and Spurs, and then a couple of Chelsea before the Abramovich stuff coming. That was it. A couple of Liverpool because their dads grew up in that era, 70s, 80s, so they were obviously supporting Liverpool. That had been passed down, but most of it, let's be honest, it was mad, to be fair. Mad.
He's lying, Dan Potts. All his friends were Millwall fans. Don't get it.
No, I only know 2 Millwall fans. That is it. But yeah, listen, let's move on about Tottenham. Enough talk about them and United. United actually probably not enough talk about, but I don't want to talk about them either because they're just insignificant to us at the moment. They are an absolute mess of a club. It's a joke and it's an embarrassment for them to allow Tottenham to get their first trophy in God knows how long, but the European one on top of that. This Amorim guy, real talk, boys, I think they would have been better if they would have got Southgate. They look so bad under him. It is embarrassing. And even if they would have kept Ten Hag, I don't think they would have been 17th, 16th, wherever they are. So they're a mess and they need to start again. And you know what? Long may it continue them being a mess, if I'm honest. Long may it continue that Ange stays at Spurs. I don't give a damn about Tottenham's manager, but what I will say is if they're underachieving in the league, then it keeps them away from us and they can keep quiet. The only problem we've now got is they're going to get loud for a little bit. Hopefully, we squash them and we squat them like a fly squat. I must say, my analogy was that they've always been like that kind of 16-year-old nephew who wants his first pint, and you give him his first pint, and he's like, yeah, I've got my first pint, and then he's spewing up in the toilet all night. That's what Tottenham will be like, right? They'll spew up in the toilet, and it will go to pot again. So we've just got to hold that now, and then wait for it to go wrong for them. So let's see what happens. Let's talk Arsenal, because there's been a lot of reports on Mikel Arteta's comments he's made in the last few. I've got to be honest with you. I'll come to you on this, Prems. I think the guy's lost his head a little bit, bruv. If I'm honest with you, I think some of the pressure has completely got to Mikel Arteta. Because every time we go near asking a question, he turns into a bit of a DJ dancer. Up there, blame them. Keep the stuff away from me. Ain't my fault. Very bizarre. I don't know where that's come from. I imagine there's been a conversation, and Berta is now the guy in power. And I think he's held that and said, fair play. Ain't nothing to do with me. He's come out a couple of times and said we need the best players. He's come out a few times and said that we need signings. What's happening here with Andrea Berta? Is he going to be the guy now that we're going to be looking at to try and save our summer, Prems?
Most definitely. He's got to come in. He's got to have a big summer, and I believe that he will. I believe we will have a big summer, to be honest with you. But I think with the Berta situation, you can see Arteta and him mustn't, I can't say see eye to eye already, but with him already pointing the finger and stuff like that, you can see that they must have clearly had a conversation, and there's definitely not that friendship that he had there with Edu. You got to think, I've said it time and time again on your stream, on Lee's streams, etc. Bro, this guy's been dealing with Simeone for years. You get me? Arteta's not into him. So really and truly, if you ain't getting the results, it's going to be bye-bye. He won't be shy to chop you. You know what I'm saying? So I think Arteta's probably realised that now. The pressure is getting to Arteta, because at the end of the day, he hasn't won anything. He has done some good things at the club, but the media, everybody's on Arsenal. There's always a lot of pressure around Arsenal. You got to think, he's not been in this position before where he's got himself out of this position. He's still learning on the job. So it's one of them situations where this is literally make or break season for him. That's what I honestly believe for the club. I don't think the club, like many of us fans, will probably look now and start trying to replace him right now. However, the club ain't going to do that. But I do believe if Arteta doesn't pull something out of the bag this season, the club are definitely looking to move him on. And I think the club were shrewd in bringing Berta in, because they probably knew they needed a strong character to probably move on somebody like Arteta, who's kind of got the whole reins of the club, especially when it was with Edu. So it is going to be interesting to see. He's vocally saying now that he needs the best players and he needs this and he needs that. Before, it wasn't really like that. He was saying we can work with what we got. We'll get the best out of the players that we've got, etc. If we need to buy the right player, we'll buy him. Now, sounding a little bit different. Either the pressure's getting to him too much and now he's just spieling it out, or he's just thinking, you know what, fuck it, spend the money, let's give it one good crack. And I think that's what he's going to do, you know. It's last season, isn't it? Make or break for him.
I think so. Marty, what's your opinion on the relationship between these two? Because a lot of people have said there's huge question marks over who's going to have the final say. Now, I see a report today suggesting that Sesko is our number one target priority. Some are saying that Gyökeres is also an option. I think he wants Sesko, and I think Andrea Berta wants Gyökeres. And whoever we get, I think is going to basically tell us who's got the most powerful voice. Where do you stand on this position with these two, bro? Do you think they'll be able to get on well and form a relationship, or do you think there'll be a clash?
I think there's always going to be clashes at this high-end level of football. There's a lot of money at stake, and there's a lot of pride, and there's a lot at stake, full stop. And obviously both men are going to have their own ideas. They're obviously going to be very dominant. And like you said, Berta, having worked with a pedigree of managers, he would have learned a lot. And he seems like he's a no-nonsense approach kind of guy. And obviously, you know, quite similarly, Mikel Arteta is no nonsense in ways. You can see he's very driven, and he's very, you know, he backs himself to the hill, and I like that. I do respect that. I think you're very right on the Sesko and Gyökeres. I think it's Berta that wants Gyökeres, and Arteta wants Sesko. But what Arteta's got to understand is Sesko. I mean, listen, Sesko could come in and he could bang us in 25, 30 goals. You don't know. It might just be the team that he's playing in and the service that he's getting. But, you know, Arteta needs to know that it's now that he needs to, the most informed striker currently in Europe is Victor Gyökeres. He's banging them in for fun, and people say, "Oh, it's in the Portuguese league or whatever." He's putting the ball in the back of the net. He is very used to putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's what we need at Arsenal Football Club. If I'm honest with you, I am looking forward to the transfer window, and I am looking forward to if they sign the relevant players needed, i.e. the number 9. I'd really like to see Eze as well. And that's not just because he scored that goal in the cup final, which, by the way, was a perfect example of a sort of player that we need. That was basically the only chance they had, and that's in the back of the net. And in games of that magnitude, you need the player that is going to take, in a game against, say you're in a Champions League final against, I don't know, an Inter Milan or a Real Madrid or a Barcelona, you might only get 2 or 3 chances. That's sometimes how those games can play out. And you'll probably need to put 2 out of those 3 in the back of the net, ideally all 3. But, what I've seen from Eze is he's a fantastic player that can change games. He's got lightning pace and he's a great finisher. I think he'd be a great addition to someone like Gyökeres and obviously the Zubimendi. And if Arsenal if and when I've seen those players signed up with holding those Arsenal shirts, that's when I'll go and buy my Arsenal shirt.
Mate, we've got a lot of rumours that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. I've got to be honest with you. Big up to you, Brandon. Hope you're well, mate. And cheers for jumping on. What's your thoughts going into this summer, bruv? Because Berta and Arteta have got to look to work some magic. Arteta says we need a big summer. Berta's not coming in to mess around. We're linked with Gyökeres, Sesko. There's links with Rodrigo. Zubimendi, we're told, is coming in the door. We're linked with goalkeepers, defenders. Sounds like we're going to get not 1 or 2. Maybe it might even go to 4 or 5 this window. What are you telling me, bruv?
It's got to be 4 or 5 done. Let's be honest. We're in a position where we need 4 or 5. It's now or never for Arteta, really. Let's be honest. It is. We can sit here and scream and shout about whether we want him in, want him out. He's going to be here next season. But I think every Arsenal fan, especially after last night, especially after witnessing what we saw last night, has all now come to the conclusion that it is this season he has to win a trophy. Simple as. There's no more skirting around it. He's had enough time. He's had enough money. There's talk of these big players coming in. I still think we've got pieces to the puzzle that we're missing, and I can understand that. But I also, at the same time, I believe that he could be doing better with the current squad that he has at his disposal. I think he's not innocent in all of this. I think some of the injuries this season, or what people would say has cost us this season in terms of injuries, have been caused by the manager playing players when they've been injured, and other factors as well. But next season, there'll be no excuses. It doesn't matter who we go and get in the transfer window. We have to have a huge summer transfer window. We have to bring in a striker. We have to bring in a left winger. I'm liking the links that we're currently seeing at the moment, the likes of the Rodrigos, the Gyökereses, them type of players. And like I say, if he gets them players, there is no excuses. Yeah, there is no excuses. So I hope Arsenal do the business. I hope that Arsenal go out and get, 4 or 5 top players, because then there is no excuses. And nobody can make any excuses anymore, and we'll definitely see. But, I'm pretty confident if we can get 1 or 2 of them players over the line, the Rodrigos, the Gyökereses, then I think we will win something next season. And that's coming from a guy who actually wants the manager out. But, if last night wasn't a kick up the arse to Arsenal and the football club, then I don't know what will be. Because now we've got to listen to Tottenham fans talking about how they won a European title before us, And I'm not saying that it would have been any better if had it gone the other way and Man United had won it. Last night was basically choosing between eating dog shit or eating horse shit. And unfortunately, we got fed the horse shit. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's where I'm at, bro. Like, we've got Berta in now. He's got the experience. He's been there, done it. There's no excuses, bro. No excuses.
No, there ain't. There ain't. Unfortunately, there's going to be a section of the fan base that will make some excuses, that's for sure, because we seem to have quite a few of those. E with the super chat says, I predict that Arteta will be sacked and Berta will bring in Diego Simeone, who probably would want the challenge. Well, it ain't going to happen this summer. Maybe if we goes another season without winning something, that might be a discussion. Big up for the super chat, though, bro. Stricto, talk to me about the news of Trossard, who today apparently has agreed or there's advanced talks for a contract extension with Arsenal. He's got 1 year left on his deal. We're keeping him, it seems. And then Gunnerblog put something out earlier about Martinelli, suggesting that although they're happy with Martinelli and his contract runs till 2027 with a year option to extend, if a bid was to come in and they value him at 50 million and above, then he might be a casualty that we sell. What's your thoughts on this? Because we're going to bring in a left winger, it seems. Rodrigo's the guy we link with. We have been linked with Nico Williams and Jamie Gittins and these kind of guys. But we've got Martinelli and Trossard that plays there at the moment. Do you think if we're going to potentially keep Trossard, Martinelli's going, or do you think there's actually a chance for us to keep both of them and add another left winger on top of that, bruv?
Yeah, I think we can keep both of them. I think we saw this season, squad depth was one of our major issues. Now you can argue, has Martinelli been up to par these last few seasons? Nah. However, he still gives something to the team. His work rate, and he'll pop up with a goal every so often, like a winning goal every so often. And to be honest, it didn't really cost us that much. Do you know what I mean? And the same with Trossard. These players, they're not world beaters, but every so often they pop up with goals. And I think for sure on that left side is what I think has cost us going forward this season. Like in that attacking front three, that left side is null and void at times. You think about if we had someone deadly, you think about that chance that Martinelli missed against Real Madrid, against PSG at home and away. Just think about how that could have been monumental for us. We might be sitting here waiting for our Champions League final to come. So I do think we need to improve that area. I personally wouldn't get rid of Martinelli, but I'm not against it if he goes so far as it's something far superior. But also we need to not just have a like-for-like replacement. We need backup. With the injuries this season has been crazy. So it'll be good to have the option. It'll be good to have a different option. Trossard can play up front. Now I'm not calling for Trossard to be our main attacker, our main attacker next season. But to have the option of having him come in on the left or play in that central role, listen, it's not a bad option to have. Do you know what I'm saying? It means that we have depth and we have some sort of quality, and it's not just relying on some flipping 17-year-old or 16-year-old or 18-year-old to come in and do the business. So for me, I'm not really against it. I think it's actually a good move. Just add to what we've got. Do you know what I mean? Because them two are not the worst that I'd have on my list of players that I want out of the club. Do you know what I mean? They're nowhere near the top of that list. So I mean, Jesus, for me, if that was a case of we're trying to tie Jesus down to another contract, then that tells me all I need to know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want him having a new contract, man. Let me tell you that, bro. Go on, Brandon.
Yeah, I just on this Trossard Martinelli thing, I think it very much depends on who we bring in as well. Because to me, like Arsenal have always been running, they've never really been. And if we're going to spend the sort of money that we're talking about spending this summer, I don't think that all comes from the money that we've generated as a football club. I don't think that even comes from the owners. I think there will be one or two casualties. And Martinelli is a player that I suppose we could still get a decent fee for, because he's still reasonably young.
He's got value.
He's got value, yeah. Whereas this Trossard hasn't. The only thing that I would say is if it came up between a toss-up of which one would you keep and which one wouldn't you? I think it very much depends on who we bring in. Because if we bring in a player that's very technical, like a Rodrigo, for example, then I think you'd be better off keeping Martinelli, because then you've got Martinelli to come off the bench, last 15, 20 minutes of games, maybe even start some games, and tired legs, pace, Whereas as Trossard hasn't really got pace, he's more of a technical player. So if we decide to keep Trossard and replace Martinelli, then are we going to go down that Nico Williams route, a guy who's very quick, but not so technical. And like Stricto said, we don't really want to be bringing in like-for-like players. We want to be adding or going up in terms of quality. And I just don't think, personally, that Nico Williams is that much better than Gabriel Martinelli, to be honest with you. I really don't.
100%. I've never understood the whole Nico Williams thing. I've never really, other than the hype of Spain winning the Euros, like I've never really understood. We've got players like Nico Williams in the academy, bro. Like if given the chance, they'll probably do as well. Or just, do you know what I mean? Like he's not the answer. Rodrigo, yeah, that things like that. Brian and Buemo, players of that ilk. I'm
to be honest with you, I would get rid of both of them. To be honest with you, that's my honest opinion. I don't think both of them are good enough. But if I had to really get rid of one, it'd probably be Trossard and keep Martinelli to come off, like Brandon's saying, in the last 15, 20 minutes when people are tired, just to absolutely just run the legs in, because that's something he is good at. But we definitely need to improve on that left side. If we don't improve on that left side, it's just going to kill us again moving forward. And obviously, if we do end up going and getting a top number 9, it's got to be working from both sides. It can't just be coming from one side, the Saka way all the way. So that left side's got to get adjusted massively. And I think now with Miles Lewis-Skelly there on the left as a certified left back, for me, I think it could work. We got balance there. The only issue is obviously Timber. Timber looks like he's quite an injury-prone player. So if Timber's out for maybe periods of the season, can Ben White come in and fit the new style of play? Can he give the team what we need at right back? I'm not 100% sure as well. So that's a position we've got to look at and think about as well.
Do you think?
Can I ask a question, right? Sorry, Dan.
Go on, Ryan.
I just want to know what people's thoughts are on the number 10 position.
Oh,
like,
yeah, we definitely need another 10 as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, because like different people think different things, obviously, about Odegaard. Some rate him, some don't, some, whatever, and all the rest of it. The biggest problem that I see in our midfield this season is the number 10 position, and the fact that Odegaard just generally floats out to the right-hand side to link up with Saka. There's no link-up play on the left-hand side. I don't really see Odegaard as a natural number 10 anyway. I think he's more of a number 8. So I'm looking at the creativity, and I think even those, let's say we go get a striker, we go get a left winger, yeah, we're going to have players that are able to put their opportunities away, whereas at the moment we've got players that are a little bit hit and miss with that. But I think we're really lacking in the creativity department as well. What you lot say?
So, my next question was going to be, how many attackers do we need? Because I was speaking at the weekend, Marty, right, to one of the lads at the Emirates, and he said, I think we need a front 4. Now, I've been told we need a striker and a left winger. But actually, when you deep it, he justifying why. And he said, we need an Eze to come in for an Odegaard to compete with him. We need a Brian and Buemo to come and compete with Saka. We need a Rodrigo to handle our left-hand side so Martinelli can cover him. And we need a striker for Havertz to cover. And I thought, I think he's bang on,
I understand that.
What do you do with Ethan Wanyeri, though, if that's the case?
Well, he just used him as a squad player.
So with that, it's a good point you bring up, Dan. But I think the Wanyeri covers for Saka. So that's that. With the reason why I said Eze as well is because with Eze, what you get is a player that can play in the 10 and he can play on the left-hand side, and essentially he can play on the right as well. He can play across the front 3. And then with Havertz, look, if Odegaard's not doing what he needs to do, you can put Havertz there. And that gives you a completely different style of play. Instead of, sometimes where Odegaard tries to go through teams, if you've got Havertz as a target man to put the ball into, we know he's very good in the air. We know he's very good at holding up the ball. And then when you've got a player like Gyökeres that's very good at running off the shoulder and running onto balls and striking them, it just gives you a completely different option. And that's what Arsenal Football Club have really lacked, is that ability to change it up. With the amount of times we've played teams at home and we've sat there for 90 minutes or 95 minutes and literally we've got no choice but to play the same way, because we've got versatile players that can play in different positions, but we haven't really got another way of playing. Now, I think the Havertz situation is really, really underlooked in how he can play. We know he can play as a 9, albeit, some people say he's not a 9 or he's, not going to be as good as Gyökeres. But what Mikel Arteta originally bought him for was essentially to play in Odegaard stroke Rice's role. Now we know he's not going to play in Rice's role, but like, yeah, if you get to a game 60 minutes in and 65, or Odegaard's having a stinker, and Havertz is on the bench because Gyökeres is playing, you can always put him in that position. And then also with if you have an Eze, you can play him on the left, or you can play him in the 10, or you can play him in the right. That's what I looked at with that signing. Yes, and Rodrigo, again, another different style of playing. And I don't think we're that many players off getting this, this fantastic side. I really don't. I think, apart from defence, from the midfield through to attack, I think it's 3 players. I think it's an Eze style player, a Gyökeres, and a Zubimendi. And those 3 players there completely just switch up what our, I suppose, not our DNA, but our style of playing. And it just gives us so many other options and versatility in ways to play.
Do we agree, though, that Rodrigo would be the marquee one? Because, I'm all for Eze, I'm all for Mbeumo, but Rodrigo, for me, is the one we absolutely must. Like, Gyökeres I want, but Rodrigo is there. He would be the equivalent of our, Ozil Sanchez signing for
we need to add some flair to this front line, you get me? That's what we need to be adding. And 3 players is not going to cut it, is not going to give us squad depth. I understand they might be able to cover certain positions, but if that player's out and injured, it's a wrap. Then now you need to start trying to facilitate other players for that. We need to get bodies in for them positions. And then if them players get injured, the other players that are covering for a number 8, like an Eze, can come in and step into that position and cover for him. Then we've got squad depth. That's what we need. And we need to buy early, quick and fast. Yeah, before the season starts, integrate everybody into the team if we're serious about fucking winning anything. Because if we ain't, and we're waiting to the last day of the fucking window and that last hour and all that, just expect the same.
Yeah, it's interesting for me now because midfield is going to be really interesting next season, man. I don't know what your thoughts are, Stricto. Zubimendi's coming in. Partey they want to try and keep. Jorginho's gone. Declan Rice looks like he's going to be that kind of box-to-box. Marino, I imagine, will drop down into midfield. Do you think that's what's going to be done, Zubimendi and nobody else? Or do you think there'll be another midfielder of some kind that comes in, bruv?
No, I think I think that's pretty much that. I think I can't see another midfield. We are overloaded with, actually, if you look at midfielders. My only thing, Marty says, I just don't see Havertz as anything other than a guy that just headers the ball. Like, he's so vanilla, he's so plain, Marty. Like, I can't see him dropping in. Because the thing with Havertz, right, is you give him the ball, you get it straight back. He doesn't try to make anything crazy happen or anything out of the blue. So I really don't see him as a midfielder. I think I'm more comfortable with him just lumping the ball into him, like almost like a Fellaini type player. That's how I really see Havertz, if I'm being honest with you. And I think, if anything, the signing of Havertz has caused so much chaos in that you can't really buy, like, you're stuck buying a striker and you're stuck buying a midfielder because he's neither both, but do you know what I'm trying to say?
And bro, who the fuck puts him on them kind of wages as well? You know what I mean? Bro, that's a big stumbling block.
The whole thing's never really made sense. If there's one criticism that I have with Arteta, is the Havertz thing, because it just blocks us making other signings in those areas. Like, and it's just mad. But to your question, I don't really think that area. I think the area was sort of all right in that area. We're calm in that area. Other than like the 10, the more attacking side, the 10. Because like my man said, Odegaard just always drifts to the right hand side, bro. He doesn't do anything central. Like, you barely see him threading balls through and someone running onto it. Everything he does is with Saka, for Saka, as far as I'm concerned. And I would like to see something different. Like Eze is a good shout. Like, someone of Bruno Fernandes, of course not Bruno Fernandes, but someone that just wants the ball. Like, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. We need a maverick. Like, we haven't had that in so long. Like, we had it with Ozil, we had it with Consola, like we had it with Sanchez. Someone that just enjoys the attention. Do you know what I'm saying? And we need that our club, like Arsenal.
100%, but that's what we need, man. He's someone
I
to grab
think-
the game.
I think that-
when times are against you, just go for it. Sorry, Marty, go on.
No, go on. So I think with that Havertz role, like you're saying, is what Odegaard does is he drifts left, he drifts right, he turns, he spins. But with Havertz, he can be very static at times, and he's the ideal player to play the ball into, whether it be at his feet or in the air, and you're getting that ball back. So if you've got a Gyökeres that's going to play the ball into him, and he's going to get the ball back, and a ball that he can run onto. He's not afraid to shoot from the edge of the box or whatever. And I just see that could be a different way that we could utilize him, not in the way that we've been playing him as a 9 recently over the season. I just think he would be better suited in that 10 role, being able to hold the ball up, because that's what you don't really get at times with Odegaard. He's not going to go in for headers. Like sometimes you've got to go long and you've got to pump some balls into the box, and you've got to try different things. And every time, at times last season, we'd put the ball down the left or the right hand side. We'd look to move it in and try and break these teams down that had low blocks and just put 11 men behind the ball. And sometimes that can just be the answer, is just a guy in the middle that you can get the ball into, and he'll give it back to you to get shots off and create openings and chances. I mean, I don't know. It'd be interesting how he sets up. But look, again, I don't, whether you love him or you hate him, Kai Havertz is, I would very much imagine, going to be at this club for at least next season and probably into the season after, unless he has a shocker next season.
Yeah.
Or unless he gets injured and he's out for 2 seasons.
Or there you go.
Yeah. Going back to what Stricto said, though, I like that this Havertz signing has caused no end of bother, really. The rumours that are going out there about Arteta and Berta are at loggerheads about which striker to sign. I genuinely believe that, because I believe that Arteta is so into this Havertz thing. He needs it to work. He wants it to work. It's the highest paid player. He's clearly a massive fan of him. That I think that he wants to go down the route of signing Sesko.
But you know what? If Arteta was smart, Brandon, if Arteta was smart, he'd look back at it and think, fucking hell, it hasn't worked up until now. Maybe I might just sit back and listen to the guy with the experience. You know what I mean? Why doesn't he do that if he's a smart man and he's always willing to learn? Because fucking hasn't worked up until now.
This is why I'm a little bit skeptical about Arteta, because what Marty was just saying about Havertz being the ideal guy for the kind of role that he was describing, lumping the ball up to him, Gyökeres running off of him, or whoever it is that we choose to play up front. I'd actually disagree with that, because really and truly, Mikel Merino's been doing that when he's been playing as the 9 for us. And he's scored more goals than Havertz in that role as well. So from that perspective, you're looking at it and you're thinking, well, Merino holds the ball up better than Havertz. He probably links up play better than Havertz. He's scoring more goals in that role than Havertz. So what is Havertz's actual role in this team? And this is why I think this is where the manager's going to become very important, and who we sign in that attacking role. Because if Arteta gets his way and he decides to bring in Sesko, I know for a fact that that's going to be we'll bleed him into the team slowly. Whereas what we need right now is we need a ready-made striker who's going to come into the team, start week in, week out, and Havertz is going to sit on the bench, and that's it. And we'll kind of fit him in, maybe when we need to change up the play a little bit. But he's going to become a bit part player in this Arsenal side if the manager is sensible. But how can you do that to a player who's your highest paid player? Somehow Arteta has got to make this Havertz signing work, and I just don't see how he does that.
Look, I've got to be honest. This might sound really harsh, but I'm just going to say it. If I see Kai Havertz playing in midfield, I want Arteta sacked to be by October.
Hey, Dan, you want him sacked regardless, mate.
Well, I do.
You want him sacked if he breathes.
I do.
To be honest with you, really and truly, he should be getting sacked this season, and we should have looked to bring in an Ancelotti or somebody like that. That's what we should have been doing, really.
Well,
right,
facts.
I'll be real with you, yeah. I'll be real with you. You lot know me and my feelings towards Arteta. But yeah, if I see him in midfield, bro, if I see that brother in midfield, like, I'm gonna lose my shit, because he offers. We all know he offers nothing in midfield. We all there's some things that are debatable and there's some things that aren't. Havertz offers nothing in midfield other than just a block, just a body. I said it before. I said he's like a cyclist. Like he just don't even look like a baller. And I'm not even trying to like get at him because he's not.
No, you're right. He looks like a basketballer, man.
But he don't look athletic. He don't look like, do you know what I'm saying? But he's got the goals. He's got some goals, but it's just caused a big conundrum because it just blocks us having to like get someone. You can't put him on a bench. That's the worst one because of the investment they've put. If you look at it from a business sense, bro, you open a restaurant.
Really, man should just get
bro.
sacked based on that fucking signing itself, man.
It's
Awful signing.
It never made sense, but we go with it because what the fuck other choice have we got? He's gonna play regardless. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I want to see fucking Gyökeres here. I want to see Gyökeres. Everything I've seen of him is screaming Arsenal. It's literally screaming Arsenal. The guy's played in England. He's got experience. He's bulked up already. Like he's ready to come.
And he's got confidence now as well, which is a big thing.
Like get this deal done. Like let's get this deal done. Let's stop worrying about fucking sell on value and how long Sesko's gonna be an Arsenal striker for. Like I said, one thing I liked about Berto coming is that he's not coming to make friends. He's not here to make friends. He's here strictly on a business basis. What works well for the business and what works well for his reputation. He's built a reputation and he can't have his reputation looked at any other way but a man who delivers. He's shown that. Do you know what I'm saying? So if he's saying it's Gyökeres he wants, or even if he's saying it's Sesko that he wants, I'm with him based on his track record. I'm with him. But if Arteta's a smart man, Berta needs to be the guy you need to lean to. Essentially, this could be your last season. So you got to treat it like I've got to do whatever I got to do to get over the line, you know. But we don't know. Sesko might come and bad it up. I don't know. But from my initial feeling right now, I've been looking at Gyökeres, bro. It's almost voyeur-like, bro. Like man's a voyeur, fam. Just looking at this guy. Like, I want this guy here. Do you know what I'm saying? He screams everything we haven't had in a long time since Sanchez. A player that is physical, a player that is... Bro, let's keep it real. He bullied Saliba. Let's keep it real. He bullied Saliba. Out of the two defenders that we had, he didn't get no change out of Gabby, but he definitely got more change out of Saliba. Let's keep it real. I want him at this club, bro. I want him at this club.
He bullied Man City's back line as well. Bullied Man
There you
City's
go.
back line as well.
Do you know what? I just need these man to start signing, man, quickly, yo. That's our problem, bro. Our problem is we're always fucking waiting and it pisses you off because you've got people like us sitting here every day chatting the same shit again and again and again. Like, they send man insane. That's what it is. Go get the business done early and show everybody you ain't fucking around. Best believe that. But we won't end up doing it. You get me? Get everyone... Like, why can we not? If Arteta in January hasn't signed anyone and he's got his number one priorities already there, and if he can't get him, he's not getting anyone else. Bro, these men should be already walking through the door. You get me? Players should be getting tied up because really you can do it now. Other teams are signing players. Why can't we?
Well, let me ask this last question, right?
They might already be through the door, bro. You know what's coming? We're going to be linked to all these players, and then it's going to be Arsenal sign Raheem Sterling on a permanent deal. You know that's coming, eh?
Do you know what? Yeah, it's absolutely nuts as well. I don't know whose show it was. Was it on here, Dan? When I said, "Fucking, you could even cancel Sterling's loan and take Rashford on loan." And man were like, "No." And I was like, and then look what he ended up doing at Villa. Actually made an impact, made a difference.
I'd have taken Marmoush. I would have taken Asensio. I would have taken who's the other brother from PSG, the one I wanted, Kvaratskhelia. And unfortunately, we did nothing.
No, I'd have taken what's this English brother called? Dan Potts. I'd have taken Dan Potts.
Let me ask this last question before we wrap, man. I want to put this up to everybody. I'll start with you, Brandon. Minimum expectation for Arteta for this coming season. And I want it to be realistic. I don't want you to say a quadruple or a treble, bruv. What are you saying?
Well, he's got to win a double. Because in his mark, oh no, we're not in the Community Shield, are we? So, you know, we can't do that one. No, he's got to win the Premier League this season. He's got to. Yeah. Other man will probably say Champions League. But I think it's more realistic for us to say we've got to win the Premier League. You know, we've been there or thereabouts in the last 3 years.
You take either or, Brandon, yeah? Premier or Champions League?
I take either or, but either
Yeah.
way, right? The guy said it in his own press conference in the build-up to the game against Southampton on Sunday. Yeah, the expectation now is win a major honour. You've had enough time. You've had enough backing. You're going to get backed again in the summer transfer window, regardless of who we bring in or who we don't bring in. You've had enough time, right? So the only way forward for Arsenal now is to forget this second place zero trophy bullshit. Right, you have to win a major honour next season. You have to, either that or leave. You know, so that's the minimum expectation. Anything less than that, Dan. Yeah, anything less than that, get the geezer gone. Yeah, if we're not anywhere near to being close to winning the Premier League, or if we're like, I don't know, 9, 10, 11 points off come January, sack him. Yeah, don't care who you give it to, sack him. Get somebody else in, and look, it's not like we have to reset either. You know, I think most Arsenal fans that get on at me and Dan and others that have been calling for the manager to leave seem to think that we're going to have to rip it all up again and start again. And why would you want to do that? Why would you want to bring in another manager and do all of that? We don't need to do that. We just need the guy who's going to get us over the line. We've got a decent squad there. We've got some top players. I just don't believe that some of these players, the manager's getting the best out of. Now, is that down to them as players? Is it down to the way that he plays? Is it down to certain things? I just see certain things from Mikel Arteta, personally, where for me, like, his in-game management isn't very good. You know, we constantly see late substitutions. We're never trying to do anything different other than the way that he plays week in, week out. You know, he's never trying to mix it up or anything like that when we're losing games or even when we're winning games. So I think he needs to be better as well. This is the thing, right? It's not just about bringing in these caliber of players. You can bring in whoever you like, spend the big money on whoever you like. The manager has to get it right. And far too often over the last few years, when push has come to shove and it's been the critical moment in the season, not only have these players failed to deliver, but the manager has failed to deliver as well. So next season, minimum expectation, win the Premier League, end of.
Look, I can't lie. For me, the minimum expectation, I said it before and I'll say it again, is to challenge for the league and win a trophy. I think that is more than fair. I'm not even doing what Brandon's done. Win a major. For me, win a trophy and compete for the champion and compete for a challenge for the league, I think is a very, very fair, bare minimum expectation. Of course, I want more people, right? But I think that is a very fair, after what I've seen this season, expectation for Mikel Arteta. And some would say that's mad, Dan. Some would say you're nuts. He's got to win a Premier or a Champions League. And do you know what? Fair. That's what people's expectation is. Go for it. I'm just asking him to win me a damn trophy because it's been 8 years since I've been able to celebrate one because I couldn't even go to the one we won in COVID. So let's be real. It's too long, man. Too long. Stricto, talk to me. What are you telling me? Minimum expectation.
You know what, yeah? I'll be honest, I think I've waited long enough. And I think I put my trust in him like hard. I don't want nothing but the two, either or. You showed me that you can get to a semi-finals. You showed me that you can come a width of winning the Prem. Those are the two I want, if I'm being honest. I get what you're trying to say. At this point, beggars can't really be choosers. Just give us anything. But I think for me, honestly, be honest with you, I don't think an FA Cup or League Cup is good enough. You know, because I've placed a lot of faith in him, and my faith is basically based on I feel he can deliver those big ones that we want. Do you know what I'm saying? Like anything less than that, then like I said to Robbie, we got to start having conversations because I haven't taken the slack and the flack that I've taken for just a League Cup or an FA Cup. I haven't. Do you know, bro? I've had people talking crap about my kids. Do you get what I'm saying? Like people have taken it beyond what it is. So for me, bro, I want the Premier League. That's sweeter for me. I want the Champions League. That's sweeter for me. And if you like any of those two, I don't think it's crazy to ask for that. You've come that close. Just push it over the line. And like Brandon was saying, like there will be no excuses. there will be no excuses. You know, like I've backed him, and I think he's a great manager. I think for a man that is just learning on the job, the team he's assembled, you know, I give him credit for a lot of that. But at the end of the day, if it's not producing, then we got to start having that conversation. But personally, next season or this season coming, it's got to be either the Premier League or the Champions League.
Yeah, fair play. Premsy, same question for you.
Carabao Cup for me. Yeah, nah, bro. Come on, Daniel. Come on, bro. It's got to be a major now, bro. I don't know what you been smoking before this show, lad, but yo, it's got to be, man. And the reason why it's got to be, and for me, is the Premier League, because he's got more than enough experience for challenging for the league. He's been in pretty much every situation now. You get me? At Man City are looking like they're going to go for a rebuild. They're losing Kevin De Bruyne, etc. I don't think they're going to be the same team of the past. Liverpool, can they win it again on the bounce? You know what I mean? I think it's now or never for Arsenal. And if he can't get us over the line and he can't win us the Premier League trophy, night. Obviously, Champions League consolation in it. If he doesn't win the Premier, if he wins that, all right, happy days. But them two trophies,
you're with FA Cup, no good. Carabao Cup.
Nah, no good, bro. Just the Premier League or the Champions League for me, honestly. And I think that's fair. I think that's very fair, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's fair, man. Everyone's different with it, innit? I'm just starved of trophies, man. So maybe I'm being kind.
Don't worry, let the season start. It'll be screaming for his head.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I think we'd be having different expectations if we was actually winning trophies along the way. I think if we'd have won a trophy this season, let's just say, and ended up where we've ended up, I think there'd be a little bit more leniency on the manager and on the whole thing, because we've been picking up trophies.
Of course there would, man. If we're picking up trophies, say we won the FA Cup, then we go get a League Cup the season after, then we might have a season out of it and we think, trophyless, but at least he's won 2. And then in the last 2, he hasn't won the league, but he's come close, but he's picked up another FA Cup. I'll be thinking we wouldn't even want to be sacking him. I'll be like, he's challenging most, like 3 out of the 5, and he's got us 3 trophies. This guy has been second and again, LA for 3 years, and we ain't wanting anything to show for it, man. So that's why I'm at. Look, people might think I'm being really, really thin, but I've got to be honest with you. Big up, Premsy. I know you got to shoot, my bro. Love, man.
Yo, love, boys. Big up, everyone. Make sure you like the video.
Come on, bro. Come on. Make sure you're following Premsy TV, people. Lastly, Marty, what you saying, bruv?
So it's an interesting question, and I would say personally, like you, Dan, a trophy. I think the trophy drought's gone on far too long. But ideally, champion. I want to see progress in the league, which means if there's progress in the league, we finish first, which means we win it. I want to see progress in the Champions League, which would mean next year getting into a final. You're in a final. It's a 2-horse race, so it goes either way. And the thing that Mikel Arteta has shown me, where the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup might not quite cut it, is because he's shown me that he quite clearly doesn't care about those competitions. But we've been knocked out in the 3rd round of the FA Cup for the last few seasons. Haven't really turned up, and we didn't really turn up against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. Let's be honest. That team for me that played against Newcastle they just weren't at the races. They just weren't at it at all. To get beaten 2-0 over both legs was not the one. So that suggests to me that Arteta's going for the Premier League and the Champions League, which means that he's got to win one of those. And if he doesn't, then it's time to go. But I would, like you, Dan, have said, a trophy and a progressive season. The thing with Mikel Arteta as well, where there is no excuses, is this team that he has got, he has bought. This is his team. Let's not make no mistakes about it. Every single player, bar Saka, who was there already, and I think maybe Martinelli. Who?
Saliba, Martinelli, Saka.
There you go. Every other single player is his player. So he has got the team that he wants, apart from in the summer. So in the summer, he goes and adds these 3 or 4 or 5 players. They're, again, going to be his players. He will have exactly what he wants to go to war with next season. So, you've got to, in an Arsenal Football Club, you can't go, I think, going 6 years without anything, I think it's too long. I think, the fan base as well, they're just, they won't have it. There's going to be uproar at the club. And I think the owners know it. And I think that point about Berta, I think that he'll edge him out. And if nothing happens, he sees something, he'll push him out and someone else will be brought in next summer to go again. But yeah, I think he's got to win something. Something's got to be won. And
Of course he has, man.
yeah, and that's it. I think if he wins something, if he wins a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, I think it gives him another season. But then the Prem and the Champions League, the Champions League has to be won by this club. It has to be, and soon. We are challenging in Europe at the top level, and we are, one of the best 4 teams in Europe. We need to make that. We need to get that over the line. We need to get that over the line.
We all want. Let's be real. That's the one.
That is the main one.
You said to me at the start, what one do you want? I wanted that one. You know what I'm saying? So look, it's the way it is for me is Champions League. And look, don't get me wrong. I would say win the Premier League. If you can't win the Premier League, win me a trophy and compete for it till the end. Yeah. You can't do that. I don't know how many more chances I can give this guy, man. So that's where I'm at, bro.
I think that's another key thing, Dan. I think the other thing that we have struggled to do under Arteta as well is compete on multiple fronts. Yeah, it's either been one or the other.
Facts.
Like this season, for example, people will say, "Oh, you got to the semi-finals of the Champions League." Yeah, by that point, we was already out of the Premier League title race. We can only normally compete on one competition on one front. If he goes and gets these players that we're talking about in the summer, we've got a strong enough squad to compete on more than one front. Yeah, so there should be no excuses for not just winning a trophy, but also reaching the latter stages in the other competitions as well, because you've got a squad now that is good enough to do that.
Okay, so interesting. Yardman, let me come to you, my bro. Thanks for jumping on, man. We're getting close to wrapping up, but I want to get your thoughts before we do on that. Marty, have you got a shoot, bro? Have you got 10 minutes?
I've got 10 minutes, mate. I've got 10 minutes.
Lovely. Yardman, minimum expectation for Mikel Arteta next season because he's staying. I've said he's got to win the Premier League, and if he can't do that, he's got to win a trophy and compete for the Premier League. And then we've got some difference of opinions on here that are basically saying he's got to win the Premier League or Champions League or he's got to go. Where are you at, bruv?
Big up to everybody. Brendan, strict on my brother, Marty. For me, first thing first, just to the first competition is the Carabao Cup. And we have to understand that this is the first competition up for grab. You make use of this competition. I'm not saying that I'm settling for the Carabao Cup, but just show us the fans that you mean business. You mean strictly business, and you're going to win that. And that will set everybody's mind, not at ease, but, we can say, okay, then, now you're serious. But if you're going to jump out the Carabao Cup, and if you're going to jump out the FA Cup early and focus on Champions League and Premier League, then I don't trust you. Because you never see Pep do that. You don't see Mourinho do that. You don't see Alex Ferguson do that. They don't do that. This is the first trophy to show your team that we can win and bring on this winning mentality. And if we don't do that, then, the season is going to go downhill again. Me personally, I have no faith in him. Absolutely no faith. Because what happened last night, I believe Mikel Arteta should get arrested. Like, honestly, seriously, he should get arrested. Because for me, last night is like, how I can put this? How I can compare this? It's like back in okay, then what Tottenham do shouldn't happen. And if that happened, then we should have definitely know that, what, we are in the final of the Champions League, and that is bound to be Arsenal Cup. Tottenham win the Europa League, we win in the Champions League. You understand? When they parade in Monday, yeah, we're gonna parade Monday, and nobody gonna be there because our parade gonna be bigger. So for me to see Tottenham winning the Europa League it is like back in the days, in the slavery days. You will never see a black man slave a white man. You never see that. So for me, you don't see Tottenham shouldn't win it. It's just like that. It's just like you seeing Tottenham up down the road slaving a white man, and like, no, that doesn't happen, fam.
What are you saying, fam?
I'm saying, listen, like I said, I'm just putting it out there like the worst scenarios ever you could put. I don't know.
But listen, hey, but Yardman, here's what I gotta say to that, yeah. Yesterday had nothing to do with us, bro. We did it.
All right, then.
We did it. Hold on.
All right, then. I like.
Let me just say this. I'll let you get off. Let me just say this, yeah. In all the competitions we've played Spurs in this season,
yeah,
they didn't touch us, yeah. The only reason why they're in the Europa is because they didn't qualify for the Champions League, right? So, in all honesty, what Tottenham do in a competition we're not in, it's not our business. Yes, the business that we got handled is our business of winning the ones we're in. Fair enough, but we're not. It's not like United, for example. They had the chance. They had the chance to stop Tottenham winning something.
Victor, listen, yeah. I just put it to you, and you asking me what am I? Tottenham should never win a European title before Arsenal. It should never happen.
But they've done it already, bro.
But listen, no. Listen up.
No, but listen, bro, it's not new.
We're talking about Tottenham did not win. Tottenham, when it wasn't a Europa title they win, it wasn't called Europa League. It didn't.
What was it called?
Whatever it called. It's changed.
Just called it a European title. They've won that already.
Just like how the Champion League wasn't called the Champion League when it first originated.
It don't matter, bro. You called it a European Cup. Yeah? It's a European Cup.
That's what I'm saying to you, yeah? When Arsenal win Cup Winners' Cup, was that the Europa League?
It's a European Cup.
It's a European Cup, innit?
Yeah.
The Cup Winners' Cup changed to European League, innit?
No, but it's a European Cup. It's a cup played in Europe.
Cup Winners' Cup?
By European teams.
The Cup Winners' Cup was a tournament introduced for cup-winning teams. It was recognised by Europa. UEFA. It's recognised, but it didn't turn into the Europa League. The Europa League used to be the UEFA league, I believe.
Yeah, but when the Cup Winners' Cup was playing, were they Europa League? UEFA League.
UEFA Cup. It's the UEFA League, UEFA Cup.
Okay, what I'm trying to say, yeah, listen to me, yeah. Mikel Arteta has been to that club for so long, yeah, and in our lifetime, then we have never seen Tottenham with nothing major over Arsenal. In our lifetime, we're talking about. So we're talking about the last 40 years. We have never seen them with nothing major over Arsenal. Okay.
They have. If you're saying 40 years, they have, bro.
No, they ain't.
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
They won an FA Cup now.
FA Cup in 91, was it?
Yeah, but we are winning league title there and then.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, in all right, then put it this way, then in the new millennium. Yeah.
Hey, this window's getting smaller and smaller.
because what I'm trying to say to you, yeah, we have never really seen it. If it happened, maybe we just born or we were 2 or 3. We don't know nothing about that. So that's what I'm saying. In our lifetime, what we're talking about, when we know about Arsenal, watching football, supporting football, we don't see Tottenham win anything major over Arsenal.
No, they won a League Cup in 2008 and they won a FA Cup in 91, which is nothing. We were smashing titles for fun.
Yardman says the League Cup is a good trophy. So
during that time when they win the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, yeah, we were winning Premier League title. We were winning FA Cup. So nobody even recognized it because guess what? North London still winning bigger trophies. So when they win that, the last cup they win, it was the Carabao Cup, nobody will recognize it. Because if you ask a Tottenham fan, they tell you that, we haven't won nothing for donkey years. I'm not going to tell you about the Carabao Cup. So for we to get up and see Chelsea in London winning the Champions League and Europa League twice, yeah, we should have said, you know what? No. If we are the big, remember, we say, and not we say, we are the biggest club in London. Arsenal is that is a fact. We are the biggest club in London. So why is it that Chelsea and Tottenham winning things in Europe, winning the second prestige cup in Europe, and we haven't won it? And we're gonna sit there and say, oh, it have nothing to do with us. It have a lot to do with us.
No, it
Have
don't.
a lot. It have a lot because
It
Mikel,
don't.
listen.
It don't,
Listen,
bro.
let me tell you. You see, anybody asks me again, oh, if we sack Mikel Arteta, who we're gonna get? I got a manager now. I got one.
Who?
You want to ask me? Oh,
Go on.
huh? You
Don't
sure?
say Ange.
I get
Don't say
Ange from. We win something in the second year. That is a promise. We will win something in the second year. No doubt about that. Bring him in now. Bring in Ange now. Yeah. If we don't win this season, next season we're going to win. But Mikel Arteta have 2 years. We're not going to win nothing. So give me Ange. Tottenham don't want him because the man said he always is not a doubt that if or but or maybe. I always win in my second year. Yes, Tuesday when everybody's calling him a clown. Who's a clown now? Who's wearing the red nose? Who's wearing the makeup on their face?
He's still a clown. He's still a clown, bro.
He's a clown.
20 league defeats. Yeah.
21.
All right.
Is it
Okay,
21
all
21
right.
league defeats?
Listen to me. Listen to me carefully. Yeah.
Brother, I've been listening to you carefully.
It
You're just
doesn't
walking,
matter
bro.
where, as long as they don't get relegated out of the Premier League, yeah, it doesn't matter where you finish. Once you win a trophy, yeah, you are making statement. You are better than the club who come second, third, fourth, fifth. You are better. If Tottenham finish what 16th, they're gonna finish at maybe 17th, yeah. But guess what? They win a Europa League. So you're gonna tell me that we're finishing second there? We have a better season than them. That's what you're gonna try and tell me.
Let me tell you something.
Newcastle have a better season than us. Crystal Palace have a better season than us. Liverpool and Tottenham have a better season than us.
Yeah. Let me say something to you. Yeah. If you wanna be real, yeah, there's expectations at every club. Every club has a level, and there's an expectation that comes with those clubs. Yeah, with those clubs. City, for example, have had a woeful season. By the expectation, they should have won one of the majors. They didn't. Yeah. Now teams like Newcastle, and I'll throw Spurs in there. Yeah. Anything is a success for them. Anything is a success for them. Now you made a case earlier saying that Tottenham should never win something that above Arsenal. What Tottenham has won, what Tottenham have won now, yeah, is not the Champions League.
Don't do it. Don't.
No, it's not. Hold on.
Don't you tell me no.
Hold on, bro. Chill. Listen. Chill. Bro, chill. Listen. Chill, bro. Hey, chill. I'm not gonna let you talk. Chill. I'll let you talk. Let me talk.
What is it?
Let me talk. I'm not gonna let you talk.
Let him go in. Let him go. Let him land. Yard man.
No. It's my turn to speak already.
Chill.
Yo, one of you at a time. Come on, one of
One of
you.
you playing chicken. One of you's got a
Yard. I let you speak.
Bro.
I let you speak. Let me speak. My mic's better than yours. I let you speak.
As much as we hate them, we don't like them, but they win a Europa League title. Put some respect on it because we haven't won it yet.
17 years.
We know nothing about it.
Brother,
we know nothing about it. So
17 years.
even if they finish 16, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Years.
The
Bro,
dumbass manager
don't do this, bro. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. What you're doing,
in the Premier League.
don't try to maximize Tottenham at the expense of Arsenal. Don't do it. It's not going to end well for you. Don't do it. Tottenham have won.
Team are injured. Yeah, and the guy used that team. Everybody gonna say, "Oh, the reason why Mikel doesn't win nothing because we have so many injured." We did not have more than Tottenham. We did not, and them able to win. For me personally, even though the FA Cup is the most longest trophy in football, I would put the Europa title over the FA Cup.
Okay.
That's me personally.
Can I speak now?
That's me personally.
Can I speak now?
Get a chance already. Just sit
Can
there
I
and keep
speak?
quiet like everybody.
Can
You
I
get your chance already.
Let him come back in, yard man. Let him come back in.
Can I
Man. Come on.
speak?
Hold on, no, I'm getting chance. So what I'm saying, I don't want nobody to come on this thing here, not because we know that we don't like Tottenham. Yeah, we know that. But when somebody do good, you have to hold up your hand and say, you know what, well done.
I agree.
I don't like you, well done. And don't disrespect their title because your manager is an idiot. Hans Postecoglou is a better manager for your manager who's finished second. What has he won? To play 2 games with Unai Emery team and win a FA Cup, everybody's speaking about it. No, play a tournament. Start a tournament and finish. Up until now, you don't go to a final in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, or the Champions League, or the Europa League that you're playing in. Yeah? I hear Robbie gonna disrespect. Oh,
don't talk about don't put me in another boat with another man, bro. Talk to me directly. Talk to me directly, bro. I can't speak for another man. Let me talk for myself. I can't speak for another man. Let me talk for myself, bro.
Is a fraud.
Let me talk for myself.
All right. Manchester United's man is a fraud. What would you put Arteta? Because
okay, yard man. Let him ask his question now. Let him ask his question now. Then come back in. Go on, Stricter.
Bro, I even lost my point, man. I've even lost my point. This guy just waffling, bro. But
it's because he was saying respect Spurs' trophy.
Maybe he wasn't here. He wasn't here when I first started, and I gave Spurs the respect that they won it in it.
They don't win the Champions League.
I gave them that, but what I'm saying is you always contradict yourself, like. And the thing is, yeah, I let you speak without actually stopping you at the point of your contradiction, bro. Your contradiction in this instance was to say Tottenham won a League Cup and Arsenal always win things better than what Tottenham win. And then you spoke about a League Cup. In the same time, 2 seasons prior, we'd won the Premier League. What are you talking about? Don't try to minimize Arsenal. Don't try to minimize Arsenal. Because you're trying to maximize and your agenda against Arteta. That's what you're doing, bro. Did I not say that's what you're doing? Listen. We've come through a whole campaign, a whole season, where we've seen Tottenham stink out the place.
Title, don't say that.
No, they didn't win a title. They won a cup. They didn't win. Look, let me talk. They didn't win a title. They won a cup. It was a cup competition. It wasn't a league title. It wasn't a league title. Yes, they won it. But you're misplacing your thing now. Because guess who they beat to win it? They beat Man United. I'm seeing Arsenal getting more heat than United, who Tottenham beat yesterday, bro. That's my club. Yeah? That's my club getting more heat than Man United. Big bad Man United. The most successful team, one of the most successful clubs in the country. I'm seeing my club that had nothing to do with it. Every competition we played Spurs in this season, we've beat them.
But they win a title. So what that say?
Look, we beat them, bro. It's not my fault. It's not my fault we didn't play Europa League. It's not my fault we didn't play.
But the manager play Europa League.
Hold on. You got
to play Europa League.
Hey, you got to speak. Let me get it off, bro. You got to speak. Yeah. When we coming across players like Rodrigo, Mbappe, players like Dewey, players like Dembele, who the fuck are they coming up against? And you're trying to rate that over what? Respect to them. They won it. It's their first trophy in 17 years. Good for them. Who did they have to beat to get there? Don't compare the two, bro, because bro, like, stop trying to maximize Tottenham's achievement and minimize what Arsenal stands for, what Arsenal is about. To make your point.
Okay then. Hans Postecoglou at Tottenham for 2 seasons now. Yeah. And win a title. Yeah.
Stop, bro. He won a cup. He didn't win a title, bro. Stop.
It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter.
No. He won a cup. Okay. Be factual, fam. Be factual.
Yeah. So you know, Sunday, Dan, we were at the Emirates Stadium. Yeah.
Yeah.
And after the game, they said, "Oh, stay back." They play them on the pitch when they can. Want to say, and I said, Belgium was telling me, "Yeah, man, you're being this." I said to them, "F off. I don't want to see you, lah." So when I was walking out, I was there talking to Belgium. So when I was coming out, Odegaard, as everybody know, what's they call them? The guy with the speaking to Odegaard, asking a question.
Presenter.
Yeah, what the easy whatever. So what is the question? And I wanna hear the question that him asked. It just let me see how Arsenal is so underneath every Premier League club foot. They walking under every Premier League. You're gonna say, oh, how is it with feel? How do you feel when you play Real Madrid with like beating Real Madrid? That's the question you're asking. Do you remember that Tottenham beat Real Madrid and went to the final with Liverpool? Do everybody remember that? Do you hear Tottenham singing on it? Do you hear Tottenham singing up? Who they beat Real Madrid? They beat who they say beat Barca? They beat even Barca.
They were singing it, and they were singing
it. Listen, if I never remember that,
I remember
Tottenham when last night, when I was looking back and I look back on the final. If I didn't see that Tottenham beat Real Madrid, I never hear Tottenham singing about it. I never hear anybody presenter sing, oh, Tottenham beat Real Madrid. But we put Real Madrid and beating Man City 5-1. That's 2 titles for Mikel Arteta. That's how low our expectation is, because we're bigging up, and if I'm not lying, everybody hear it, we are bigging up beating Real Madrid like it is a title. We are bigging up, Robbie said to me, but we beat Man City 5-1. When Man City beating us, they're winning title. When we
in real time, bro.
Yardman, can I just say something on that?
Hold on, Matty. Sorry, bro. In real time, we all celebrated beating Real Madrid. In real time, we all did.
But we're still doing it now.
No. I haven't seen one person.
How does he feel for beating Real Madrid?
Bro, I haven't seen one person talk about it. I'm saying to you, in real time, we all celebrated it. In real time, we celebrated beating City. Everything's in context, bro. No one's gone back.
Have you ever anybody celebrating beating Arsenal? Have you ever in a big club, Chelsea, Man City, Man U celebrating, and the day everybody speak about it, but after that it's done. But when we beat them, it's just like it's a title, it's a trophy for us, it's honor. You see what I'm saying, Dan? It make it look like we are not. We're bigging up something that is so mean. Come on, man. Come on.
That's the only positives, though, Yardman, that they can take. They see that as positives, bruv. I don't, but they see it as positives. Oh, we beat Man City and Real Madrid 5-1.
That's what expectation is small.
Standards have gone, man. The standards have gone, bro.
You're not gonna get someone who's representing the club gonna ask. You already know how the thing goes, bro. You're not gonna get someone who works. You're not gonna get someone who works at the club.
A million different questions. What we're going to do next season? What is it? Something different.
You're not going to get what, Yardman? Let's use our sense here, bro. You're not going to get a man who's employed by the club, talking about anything else other than a highlight. He works for the club. You think he's going to ask it, bro? That's why when you watch Arsenal media versus when you watch Sky Sports, the line of questionings are different. They're never going to say nothing mad.
I know that. But you never have to ask about.
But every club, I'm sure if you go to City, they'll be saying to Kevin De Bruyne or whoever, oh yeah, we lost to Crystal Palace. What are the guys
about next season? Title and when win? How much title in treble, in Champion League, in 5 Premier League title, 6 FA Cup, 25 Carabao Cup, Super World Cup. That's what they're asking him. That's what they're asking him. They're not going to ask him. So when you beat Arsenal 3-0 at the Emirates Stadium, when you beat
but that's different, bro. Come on, brother. That's different. They're not doing that. We're not doing that. All I'm trying to say is you're not going to get someone that represents the club and asks questions, uncomfortable questions. They don't do that. There's no club in world football that does that. It's all PR. You know how the PR thing goes.
Like I said, the first trophy up for grab. If Mikel Arteta want to show the Arsenal fraternity that he mean business, we should go and win the
Carabao Cup.
Yeah, because come on, it is a first. Everybody gonna go for it,
and then that gives you the momentum, winning mentality. I've said this before, man.
Understand? It's not that I'm saying to you that if we win the Carabao Cup, I want him to stay. No, but start from somewhere, because we got to start from somewhere.
I agree, bro.
I'm even saying I don't even want that. But I understand your point, because it's the first trophy, right? So you might win that. You might then go on and try to do something else. But historically, like, we're not really a club that really like obviously I know we've won the doubles and that, but it's literally been one line of like competition.
And
Do you
that's
know
why
what I'm
we've
saying?
got to change that, though, Stricto, man.
Like,
We got to change that.
I hear that. That I'll concede the League Cup is the first honors to win, but I don't want it to just be, oh yeah, he's won the League Cup and then that's it and everyone's happy, because I for one wouldn't be happy.
Nobody said we're gonna happy with the League Cup, but what we're saying here, the League Cup is a first trophy.
I agree.
I'm going into him seventh. I'm going into him 7th year at the club.
No, it's going into his 6th year.
7th.
6th.
7th.
6th, bro.
6th.
It's not gonna be 6.
Bro, it's 6, bro.
Hold on. Are you going to take out the 6 months when him come in under Una?
When did he come in?
19. So I'm going into him 7th year.
When did he come in, Yardman?
2019.
When did he come in?
December 2019.
Yardman, when did he come in?
Is it thing
2019, 2020.
All right, you can argue whichever
one. And him buy Cedric Suarez in the January.
He didn't start 19 though, did he?
It doesn't matter.
No,
it doesn't matter,
bro.
December 2019 was when he joined.
Right. Yeah, but Corona come, but him did play.
So 6 full season. He's about to start his 6th full season, and Yardman saying he's had more than 6 because he had the half season as well.
Yeah,
so 6.5.
Yeah, get what I'm saying. So
then
by
say
the time we reach the Carabao Cup, by the time we reach the Carabao Cup, I'm gonna do 7 years at Arsenal. Be realistic, yeah? I'm gonna do 7 years there. So what I'm saying is that this guy have to do something. We cannot do this. We cannot get up every season and say, because nobody can say this season is progression.
1 second. Matty, you're right there, Matty.
Who's Matt? Who's Matty?
Marty, sorry. You're right there, man. The breathing, bro.
Yeah, you're breathing.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Bro, I don't want you to stop breathing. Do you know what I'm saying? But
mate, I was just controlling it. I'm like deep breathing down the mic.
Yeah.
Heavy breathing.
Let me do these super chats quickly before we come to a close. Then we'll get a closing statement. I did this one from E. AMT says Berta is apparently interested in Julian Alvarez. This is now breaking in the last hour. Liverpool and Arsenal were interested in Julian Alvarez, but let's be real. We're going to be linked with everybody, people. Yeah. Tanya says, do you still think we'll lose a top player? If so, which one? I think it could be Big Gabby. There's always a catch with us. A lot of talk about a casualty this summer. Is it going to be Gabriel Martinelli? Is it going to be Gabriel Saudi? Is it going to be Saliba? We're going to have to see if there is anyone. Let's hope it isn't. People saying what phase is Ange in, forgetting that Arteta won a major and won with Conte's team. Arteta won with Emery's team. Congrats to Spurs for the Division 2 win. Little bit harsh, but is what it is. AMT, Arteta is effing egoistic. That's why. Not a fan of him is AMT. And lastly, Cliff says, fact, Ange did what Arteta couldn't. We are Banter FC. Well, I'll tell you someone who is Banter FC, Manchester United. They really are the Banter FC of the whole world at the moment right now.
Dan, if I'm watching back that goal from last night, I'm seeing it. I'm pretty sure that is a home goal. Sure
it was an own goal.
No, he didn't touch it. He didn't touch the ball. It come back off Luke Shaw and it kick it down and it reflect back and come back off Luke. So it's a home goal. Yeah, it's a home goal. If you look back, go and watch it back.
It was an own goal. It was an own goal.
Yeah.
Come off of Luke Shaw, and Tottenham are the only team that could win a trophy without scoring a goal, their own goal. They are.
Well done to them. Boy, I wish if I could score a home goal against PSG. I wish if I could score a home goal against Newcastle. I wish if I could score a home goal against Manchester United in the thing there. So you know what?
If you score an own goal, it counts against us, though, innit?
I score a home goal, I meant to say, but you know what? Put all fun and joke aside. We have to. You know what? Like I said, we the Arsenal fraternities. Most of we are afraid of change. we are so scared, and we see club making changes and it's working out for them. There's so many clubs in Europe that the manager been there first and second year. Barcelona manager there, what, the second year now? And he win the treble. He win the treble. You understand? So don't be afraid for change. Mikel Arteta is not the elite manager. And that's what he tell himself, that he is an elite manager, and he's not.
No, I agree with you, bro. And look, I wanted Flick. I wanted these managers, Simone Inzaghi, all these guys I've said.
Wouldn't come. That's one manager. I don't think that. I think that manager is gonna they're gonna torch him, use a blowtorch to get him out of Atletico Madrid. That's the only manager. Simeone. I don't think he's gonna leave Atletico. You understand? But there's so many managers out there, and all that. But when I look at this team, I'm saying to myself, if a right manager get this team to steer this team properly, we will be winning title easily.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it is in them to win title. But if the manager don't know the know-how, and I've said I've been saying it, Mikel Arteta take us to the ceiling. You cannot go no further. You give him another year, okay, I'm gonna get a next year. But what's gonna happen? Other team gonna improve as well. So like say, if Mikel Arteta get what he want, then he's just gonna win it, and no other team cannot.
Well, no, he's got to. For me, he's got to win a trophy. For some, he's got to win a Champions League or a Premier League. Basically, he's got to win a trophy, people, and that is basically the elite. For elite sport, you've got to win trophies. That's what the metric is, man. And if he can't win it, I need him gone and I need him replaced. I would do it now, but obviously the club aren't going to. He's going to stay with Andrea Berta now, and we've got to have a big summer, and we've got to go there. But look, I do need to wrap it up, people. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks for all your super chats and comments. Let's see how you can follow these panel, man. Yardman, what you got coming up, and how can people follow you, bro?
Yeah, everybody don't know Yardman AFC. People just jump onto the channel where I need to hit the 20K subscriber before we go off to preseason. So people jump over on the channel, give me a subscribe, and go and big it up.
Come on, love, man. Make sure you're following Yardman AFC, man. Let's get him up to 20K. Brandon, likewise, bro.
In mute.
Here, there, and everywhere, mate. Jumping on here, there, and everywhere. Don't do anything on my channel anymore. We need to catch up a bit more, though, Dan. Arsenal roundabout, because it's been a while, bro. But love, yeah, big up the panel, big up the comments section, and everyone. And yeah, do or die for Arsenal next season. End of.
Absolutely, man. Come on, bro. You're always welcome on here. There's 2 Arsenal shows now, so you can jump on which one you want, mate. But big up to you, Brandon. Stricto, likewise, bruv.
Yeah, people, man. Come on, Strict on YouTube. I think that's what's on your screen there. Yeah, follow that, man. Try get me my subs, man. Man does put in a lot of work. Whether you agree or you don't agree, you can have some. Eat that, boy. Yeah. Whether you agree or you don't agree, you know what I'm saying? You can come out there. We could have a decent, or even an undecent conversation. You know what I'm saying? But jump on there. Listen. At the end of the day, man is Arsenal. My heart is Arsenal all day. Till I drop. So yeah, strict man on the YouTube, man. Big up everyone in the comments. Make sure you're liking and flipping, sharing and subbing. Dan's doing a good thing over there. So yeah, man.
Love, man. Come on. Make sure you go follow Stricto, people. Let's get him up to what's needed sub-wise as well. And likewise, lastly, Marty, as ever, bro, breathing down the mic nice and loud for us all. What are you telling me?
Oh, do you know what? That was an accident. And Mike, I've been playing around with it, and I put the volume up loud. And I was obviously
Martin, you need to go and run in a fit.
I was just breathing into it. I was just sitting there. I didn't realise. Oh, mate, I was half asleep. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, do you know what? I've just started TikTok. Actually, I've entered the big world of TikTok. So I'm Marty AFC on TikTok. I'm going to see how that goes. And yeah, Cobham FC TV. I do their channels. Some exciting bits coming up. Some exciting interviews. And yeah, that's and obviously the Marty on Instagram and Instagram. So that's it. I've got some interesting bits. I mean, it's sort of sorting out some bits for next year as well. So when the season starts, so we are ready to rock and roll.
Love that, man.
And I sort the heavy breathing out as well.
People, yeah, make sure you sort the heavy breathing out, bruv. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on this one, people. Make sure you're following every single one of these. Big up to all of you in the chat, man. And look, we're out of here. We'll see you
next level
time.
snoring.
We're out of here. Later, people.
You see, you tell me Sunday about our emergency up until now. You see, you
brother, you know how tired I was when I reached my yard. I was tired, fam. Tired, bro. But we'll sort something out.
We pattern up tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow,
bro.
Sunday. I know, not Sunday.
We're out of here, people. We're out of here.